Another day, another delivery, and another unboxing video. Welcome back, and we're gonna unbox this very expensive phone today. How expensive? Well, keep watching to find out. Ta-da! The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold2 5G, or for Americans, Z Fold2 5G. This particular phone is in the Mystic Bronze. As you can see, Mystic Bronze 256 gigs. Manufactured in Korea. Hey, it's a Korean company. At least they're making the phones in Korea, not like other companies where the products are designed in California but made in China. Let's unbox it. The packaging is very nice and premium. It looks like you've spent the money. All right, let's do this. I think I need a new blade. Alright, so let's give it this view. I think this is a better view to unbox it so you can see what the design of the box looks like. Change the shape of the future. Introducing Galaxy Z Fold2 5G. Reimagine the possibilities of the smartphone experience. Unlock endless versatility and enjoy unrivaled engineering and craftsmanship. Welcome to the new mobile era. All right. The usual booklet. Yeah, quick start guide, and obviously the SIM tool. And here it is. The moment you've been waiting for. When using a wireless charger, fold the device and place the center of the device's back on the center of the wireless charger. It does look very, very premium and very, very expensive. Okay. The Galaxy Z Premier service. So apparently you get 24 hours of Galaxy Z concierge service, and you get 1 year of screen replacement offer. To give you peace of mind with this exciting new screen technology, we are offering a one-time out-of-warranty inner screen replacement with 1 year of purchase for the special price of $199 plus taxes. So it's not like they're just offering it. You have to buy that warranty for $200 plus taxes in order to get that screen replacement, which I think might be worth it, because if you had to spend the money, I can only imagine how much that would run you. Super fast charging, not just fast charging, super fast charging. And it is 3 amps. 3 amps USB-C charging. And that's your charging cable. Enough of the unboxing. Let's take the wraps off. And now let's see if it has enough juice. I just took it out of the box. I haven't even folded it yet, and you still see that line. I really hope you can on camera. I'm giving you an angle. So it's not like after usage and multiple folds, this line shows up. It's just there. And you know what? It's not like if, yeah, and I can actually feel a bump. Power button. Speakers, your mic, USB-C charging port, another set of speakers, another mic, your camera. What is this? We'll find out. Let's go. So let's set it up. Insert SIM card to use setup wizard. Interesting. Why can't I just set it up on Wi-Fi? Because that's what I was hoping to do. That's not cool. So I just popped in the SIM from my S10, which is LTE, not 5G. But it still shows 5G here, which means that the SIM Roger has been giving out for the last year or so is 5G compatible. So this is the main screen of the phone. Now I'm gonna unfold it. So the usual stuff, you agree. I just do the minimum. Some people would just go all the way at the bottom and agree to everything, not thinking that they don't have to agree to everything. So I only agree to what I have to. So as you can see, it says optional on the rest of the statements. So next, and I'm just gonna connect to my Wi-Fi. And now it's checking for updates. Don't copy, so I'm not gonna copy data from my other phone. I'm gonna set it up as new. So this is your usual Android setup. I'm gonna skip this for now. Location, auto scanning. Well, why not? Just for now. Skip. I'm gonna skip this. I'm not setting up any security at this point. This is just an unboxing video, so I don't really have to set it up as I like it. I don't want any of these apps. People, you need to see that. You don't have to accept everything that's presented to you. And voila, there you go. We have our Samsung Galaxy Z Fold2 all set up. This phone cost me 3,141 Canadian dollars, taxes in. On Samsung Canada website, it sells for $2,779.99 plus taxes. In Ontario, we have 13% taxes. So, taxes in, $3,141 and some change. For a phone, it's insane. Regardless, now that we have it, we're going to talk about the hardware, the software, and in the end, I'll tell you why I think it exists and who it's for. Let's talk about the design and the hardware. From this angle, it looks like a book in a cover. So this hinge looks like a book and the outer frames look like the book cover. This hinge can be customized with different colors when you place the order. I decided to match it because that's how I like it. From this angle, it looks more like a clip because it tapers in. The fit and finish is top notch. It looks very luxurious and expensive, which it is. And if you've spent over $3,000 on a phone, it better look expensive. This is a 6.2-inch 60Hz display protected by Gorilla Glass Victus, the most durable glass ever used on a Galaxy phone. This is a 7.6-inch display supporting 60 Hz as well as 120 Hz. And this is made by ultra-thin folding glass. Samsung says that it is tested to withstand 200,000 folds. So, count your folds. On the screen, here, on the outer screen, or the cover screen as Samsung calls it, and the screen inside, you will see a thin film on it. Do not take it off. I had a similar film on my S10, and I thought it was just like one of those things that come with a phone and you have to take it off, you have to peel it off, and I did, and later my friend told me it's a factory screen protector. Do not take it off. It's very thin, and if you brush your finger against the edge, you will feel it. This phone is a fingerprint magnet, not just this cover screen, but the back, which is a matte finish, but you still get fingerprints on it. This, obviously, you're going to be using it. It's going to get fingerprints. So for those people who are going to use this phone and spend over $3,000, obviously you're going to use a case on it, which will avoid that issue. But for those daredevils, and I have seen a few who use expensive phones without a case, as they should, because once you put a case on, you lose the actual feel of the phone. I have a case on my S10, and whenever I take it off to clean it and I use the phone without the case, it looks so nice in the hand and it feels so nice and slim and light and everything. But I did try to use a phone without a case once, and day one I dropped it. The phones these days are so expensive. Once you drop it, you get a ding or a crack. It's very expensive to fix. So that's something to keep in mind. Weight-wise, you know what? It's not very heavy. I was actually expecting it to be heavier than it is. It's actually decent weight. It's you definitely feel the heft, obviously. It is a bigger phone, a big display, but it's not that bad. Let's talk about the software. And I regret to inform you that this phone is plagued with bloatware. I didn't have this much bloatware even on my S10. The good news is that you can uninstall a lot of those apps. The bad news is some you can only disable and some you can't even disable. This is what the app drawer looks like after a lot, and I mean a lot of cleaning. For example, why is Spotify here? I don't use Spotify. If I did, I'd download it. It doesn't take too long. So to uninstall, you press and hold and you get this menu and you just tap uninstall and it will uninstall. So just like this, I uninstalled LinkedIn, it was there. Facebook, it was there. Facebook I had to disable because I couldn't uninstall it. So there are so many other apps that right away I would want to uninstall, and I already did, but I left a few for this demo. It is frustrating to have to clean up your brand new phone, and also it's a waste of space for those apps that you can only disable and not uninstall. Just like other Galaxy phones before this, it supports multitasking, but obviously because of the large screen, it's much more convenient. Here's a demo. So let's say you launch your browser, and now right next to the browser, you want YouTube. So you see this sidebar. I can even move it. If you tap and hold, you can move this. Place it wherever you find it convenient. So let's keep it here for now. You slide this out and you press and hold on YouTube and you bring it out. And you can choose, as you can see, it's highlighted. You can choose where you want it, to the left, right, top, bottom, and I release it. Now, if you don't want to do this every single time, and if you know that these are the apps that you usually multitask with, these three dots at the bottom and then the right icon with the plus sign on it, it creates a pair. And now when you slide out, it's already paired. So I'm going to close these apps now, slide it out, tap the pair, and it will just launch the apps every single time without you having to do that drag and drop every single time. Let's say you want to open the messages as well while you're at it. So now again, you can choose where you want it. Put it on the right corner. Now obviously it only supports a maximum of 3 apps simultaneously, and these 3 dots again, and I can now again pair these 3 apps. I'm going to close them all, slide it out, and if I go down, 3 apps now. Convenient, isn't it? Let's talk about some real life performance, and what I mean by that is I'm not going to do any benchmarks here because those numbers don't matter. It's like when you buy a car, do you buy it to drag race, do those 0 to 60 numbers really matter? No. So we're just going to see what this phone feels like in your day-to-day use. I'm not even going to do any gameplays because I've been using smartphones for 10 years and I've never once played any game on it. So I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who do not play games on their phones. Anyways, so let's say, for example, I'm going to launch YouTube. It does feel very snappy, like you tap and it's there. So my phone, the S10, has Snapdragon 855. This has Snapdragon 865 Plus and 12 GB RAM. And you can feel the difference. And you can see how media consumption is much better on this. You get this large preview on YouTube when you launch it. There's a nice preview for you guys. Yeah, nice and fluid. Very quick. Let me show you this part, the keyboard, how it comes up. So it splits because obviously it's a large screen. And I show up, and as you can see, my banner, and then the videos, and there you go. Mute it. And then to go full screen, there you go. Obviously you get that punch hole, but in my opinion, even this screen size is good enough. To go back, just go, or you can just tap the home button or virtual button, and then you launch your Chrome. And again, very snappy. Of course, I know I had already loaded it, but there you go. Again, I can even close it for you. And I can actually show you that all apps are closed, so there's nothing there now. And even now, YouTube is just going to launch quickly. Browser, very quick launches, right? So whatever you want to open, Samsung Canada. Obviously, this demo is related to the internet speed, but I'm showing you the launch, how quick the launches are for the apps themselves, like YouTube and then the browser. It's very fluid, very quick actually. Your phone app, your messaging app, your contacts, your gallery, and whatnot. Let's say we pick Office. Outlook. And this is settings, and really these are your real life usage. Like, this is really for what most of the people do. It's for media consumption, really. You're gonna text, you're gonna video chat with somebody, you're gonna watch YouTube videos. Maybe some pro users like me will use their phone for video editing, and if my S10 is any indication, this is gonna be just fine for that too. So yeah, performance, in my opinion, great. Works very nicely. Let's do a 5G speed test. So I'm gonna launch speed test. I have disabled Wi-Fi, as you can see it, and we are only on 5G. And let's see how it goes. It actually says 5G Rogers right here, if you can see it. All right, let's go. So we've done 142, 177, 197, and 185 megabits download. Upload, the lowest was 16.6 and the highest was 32.6. Let's see how it compares with my LTE Samsung S10. As you can see, Wi-Fi is disabled and I have LTE Plus. Alright, results. 157 megabits per second, the best. 129 megabits per second, the worst for download. The best and worst download are really pretty similar on it. 5.09 being the worst and 6.63 being the best. Let's do a side-by-side comparison. And as you can see, 197, almost 200 megabits per second was the best on 5G. And 157, was the best on LTE Plus. The worst on my LTE Plus was 129 megabits per second, and the worst here was on the 5G 142. Obviously, there's a big difference between 157 and 197, 40 megabits per second. That's a big difference, but I feel my LTE Plus is more than adequate for the job. 157 megabits per second download, are you kidding me? Yes, you do see great difference in uploads, however. 6.63 was the max, but I have been able to get sometimes 8, 9, or even 10 megabits per second upload. Here, I did get 16.6, but then it was almost close to 30 every single time. So yes, I feel that the biggest advantage is in the upload speeds. This is a front camera 4K 30 frames per second video sample. This is a rear camera 4K 30 frames per second video sample indoor. This is a front camera 4K 30 frames per second video sample. This is a 4K 30 frames per second front camera video sample. So why does it exist, and who is it for? Well, why does Rolls-Royce exist, and who is it for? It exists so Samsung can demonstrate what they can do. It offers exclusivity. No matter how good the flagships are, they're just not good enough for some people. The day they're launched, you can contact your carrier and renew or sign a contract, put a small down payment, and now you have a latest flagship. And some people don't want a phone that every Tom, Dick, and Harry is walking around with. Because this phone is not offered by any carrier, in Canada at least. Neither was the last one. So you're either going to have to buy it outright or take a loan out, which Samsung will provide you on a 0% interest. And how many people can either afford or justify it? And those who can, those are who this phone is targeted towards. And that's why I think it exists. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment, and share, and thank you for watching.